Hey guys, JHoyt here. Before we get into today's video, I want to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel. We are still making the push for 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't yet, or if you're brand new here, make sure to go down below, hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. And don't forget, you can always change your mind later. What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to episode number 33 of our franchise mode with the Detroit Red Wings. So you guys might be able to tell in my voice I'm a little bit under the weather, but we're going to try to push through this episode nonetheless. So last episode, if you missed it, go back and watch it, right? This series has been an absolute roller coaster of ups and downs, but this one we're revisiting the off season after what looked to be our best year yet, or at least the start to our best year yet. The second half of the season proved to be that we kind of fell a little bit in the standings, fell a little bit in performance, and definitely fell out of the playoffs at the worst possible time. So here we are in the off season. We have a couple question marks as usual, and we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen here with the off season. But first and foremost, let's get into the entry level draft. So here we are in the entry level draft, and it's gonna be our last season, unfortunately. But hopefully we can make some picks here, have some good players. Wow, 75 overall. He was all A's and B's across the board, but yeah, he should be a good player for us. I mean, especially when we leave the team and they continue on. They'll have some good young pieces to build around. But in the meantime, though, let's get these amateur players drafted and then get into the re-sign stage. So as this is going to be our last season on NHL 21 in our franchise mode, we are going all out for this year. So we gotta make sure we re-sign everybody. We're gonna try to stick with the same team as we did last year. So that's gonna be the goal going forward here. So we got $38 million in cap. Let's go see if we can sign everyone under that. So unfortunately, we have some bad news to share. So going into this offseason, I had said that we have to make some tough decisions and we might lose out on some big name players. And as you could probably see on your screen, we ended up losing one of our biggest pieces, if not, well, not really our biggest piece, but one of our second line staple players, Lucas Raymond. He ended up going into free agency, didn't want to sign with us, wanted a ton of money for a short, I think we wanted like $15 or $14 million or something like that for like 4 years. And with our cap, we could not accommodate that. So we go into this year. We also lost Reza, our goaltender. He wanted a ton of money as a starting goaltender, and we just couldn't give it to him if we wanted to keep the core of our team intact. But we go into the offseason with optimistic minds, and after we have everyone re-signed that we wanted to, that we were able to, and protecting the core of our team, this is the team that we're going to be starting next year with, at least for the most part, as we're still in the preseason. But as you can see on your screen, a lot of it looks exactly the same, which is good for us, bad for one of our lines. So our first line, though, Krebs, Wright, and Barron on the first line. Like I said, that's kind of been our actually, no, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be Krebs, Larkin, and Barron. There we go. Second line of Zadina, Wright, and I can't say Raymond because he's not there anymore. But we have, what is it, Pierre? Pierre Onval, I think. I don't really know how to pronounce his name. But he's a 87 overall player that is a third line scoring, has good all-around stats, plays physical, has a speed, has a shot, all the way around a pretty good player. Fits on most of our lines. And if we get back to the stats here, you'll see that he's kind of putting up similar numbers as Raymond was in those 60s, those 70s, those 80s point mark, 15, 20 goals at least a year, which is huge for us. So not exactly looking for scoring out of him, more of just kind of rounding out our lineup and seeing where we go from there. So line fit wise, that's where he fits best. But unfortunately, I really want to move him down to the third line so that way we could have like McIntyre or Arsene move up on that wing and give more scoring in that top 6. But for now, it's to start. He'll start there. We'll rotate it through and see what happens. But third line stays exactly the same. RC, Norris, and McIntyre. Fourth line stays the same as well as last year. Olsen, Reese, and Verhage. On defense, it's the same as, well, Hannafin, Ekblad, Semenov, Gudis, Marlowe, and Mann. And it should be a good lineup. But in net, though, like I said, we did lose Reza. But we have Zanetti to start this one. Plus, we have Liston coming up from the AHL as an 84 overall goaltender. Plus, we were able to sign Acton as well to a cheap contract. What was it, $1.8 million since we lost Reza. So we have the goaltenders, we have the lines, and hopefully we can put it all together for this to be the final year of our franchise mode. We can finally win a Stanley Cup, get past the second round of the playoffs, and hopefully in the end win it all. But for now, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy, hit that like button down below if you haven't yet, or if you're brand new here, hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications on so you never miss an upload, and don't forget, you can always change your mind later. But with all that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next one.
In the shadows.